Okay, welcome, welcome. I'm here with Mark, Kurt, and of course, Isaiah. Thank you so much for joining us today. So let's just start with the very beginning before you even went on the show. What inspired you to actually go on Squid Game the challenge? Like, did you watch the first season and feel like, oh, I can do this easy with my eyes closed? Like, what was the motivation? And maybe let's start with Isaiah.
Okay, so for me, the motivation is I'm an authentic fan. I love the drama series, big fan of that. I'm a fan of the games themselves, the one shown on the show. I think it's all fun. The colors look cool. So one day I'm on Instagram and I just see this ad, swiping through stories, every fourth story you get an ad, and it said to apply for season two, and I found season one compelling, so I went ahead and went for it, and here we are today. Amazing.
I love that. I love that. How about you, Kurt? What was your motivation?
So I watched season one, and Leanne and Trey, the mother son duo on season one, was my motivation. I came out of watching season one, and I'm like, man, it'd be cool if they did a father daughter.
Hmm.
And so I figured, crazy dad, Denver Bronco cheerleader daughter. I'm like, this is made for TV. And so I called Zoe up and said, hey, let's apply. She goes, okay, great. I applied. 10 months later, I get a call and they do an interview, and then they say, oh, get Zoe's application in. I said, she did. And they're like, no, she didn't. I call Zoe up and I said, Zoe, and she's like, did they call? I'm like, yeah, they called. She goes, okay, I'll do it right now. 10 months later. And luckily enough, they rushed her through, and this is where we are today.
I love that you were in dad mode. Like, hello, sorry. Like,
Jesus.
how
Kids.
about you, Mark?
Kids.
What
Yeah, I'm a giant fan of the narrative show, and I've loved it. Like Isaiah, I think it's like one of the coolest things out there. I'm also like a giant reality TV fan. One of my good friends, Dash Katz, was in season one, and I didn't know that season one was a thing until like it finished shooting, and then like once I saw the application pop up at the end of the finale, I'm like, I want to apply. Like, I've been like trying to be on Survivor for a while. I know I would die on Survivor, but I would love being like a safer, in quotes, show. And I'm like, this sounds like fun. This seems like my speed. There's 456 people. I feel like there's a chance to get cast or seen. Fast forward 9 months later, after me like applying and like the whole whirlwind of the application process, and I realized then I didn't tell my fiance I was applying. Uh, and so like I
guys?
was like in the process, and I felt like really bad. Like I might have told her, but I've not been like severe to tell her. But she's been very supportive of the whole process. So
I'm sure she was. Any good
yeah.
woman would be supportive of the opportunity to win 4.56 million. So
But I
there's
mean, like,
that.
also, like, I'm a giant, like, Studio Lambert nerd, which is also, like, a very weird thing. Like, I love the Circle, I love the Traders, like, everything. Like, I was like, oh my God, yes, please.
Yeah, yeah. I love that. And when you went into the show, I find it so interesting. I've spoken to some other players, some other cast members. I find it very interesting when people tell me that they didn't do anything to prepare. Right? So maybe they didn't even study past seasons, they didn't practice any games. Did you prepare? And if so, what did that preparation look like, Isaiah?
So I did prepare a little bit. On a very simple level, I practiced holding still in case we did red light, green light. So I would look at myself in the mirror and just kind of pick which pose felt comfortable, just in case we played that game. There's no telling what we gonna do in there, but I at least did some red light, green light training. I practiced with gongi a little bit, like with the dice and trying to throw that on my hand. Unsuccessful in that. I'm terrible at gongi, but those were the two I worked on for sure.
It's so funny you say that. That seems to be the popular kind of
Yeah.
preparation that people get, right?
Mhm.
How about you, Mark? I hear that a lot of people practice standing still, maybe because that's the easiest thing.
um,
Also
so, like,
Gongi.
I am a theater person, so I have like that dance background to a certain extent. And what I did was I was trying to figure out like where I could stand, because I knew about like how like in the first season it took like 30 or 40 minutes every time I would pause, and like, I figured out like timing wise, like I literally like studied like the music of gongi. I mean not gongi of like just be like, how long do I have, like 3 seconds really of running, and then that once I like hold still. And I'm not fast, I'll admit that in a heartbeat, but I know how like my body moves in the universe.
Yeah.
Um, so I did a lot of like posing like that. I also kick caffeine about 2 months before the show, which was really hard, especially because my job was a call center job where I would be yelled at all day and start early in the morning. So I needed coffee in my body to get yelled at. Um, Gave up drinking, which wasn't too hard. Gave up other stuff, which was a little bit harder. Whatever. I don't smoke cigarettes. I'll put it that way. But
We'll pick up what you're
like
putting down. Don't worry.
I did my best to like prepare myself. Like I bought this like cool pentathlon kit that I'm sure Isaiah and Curt did with like every game in it. Realized Monkey was not my game very, very fast. Yeah. I did, and also like, I rewatched season one like probably 8 times after getting cast because like I was also podcasting about the season and just studying nuances of what was going through the season.
Okay, interesting. How about you, Kurt? What did your preparation look like? Or are you going to
I
tell me you were one of those that was like, I just arrived.
Kurt just showed up
no,
on a
I
plane.
yeah, my
Got Zoe to
my
do it.
son my son bought the games. We practiced a little bit. Like everyone says, Gangi was horrible. I played soccer as a kid, so I knew I could juggle a little bit. So that was going to be kind of my game. When they threw in the House of Cards and that cup, that was a crazy like thing. But there was people. There was people. I got a little funny story. There was people in the game. We all know Max. I don't know what Max's number is, but Max never watched the show. Ever.
Never.
Went to
Like,
the
really?
game. Yeah, went to the
Max
game.
is
Like
weird, and I said the
That
best
is
school
so
win.
Max. I was
Who
about to
does
say
that?
that is so Max.
Really? That's
Went to the
very on
game.
brand.
he went to the game, didn't even know what. Like when he got handed the marbles, he didn't know what it was, and everyone is crying, and he's like, "What's this? What's like?" He had no idea what he was doing.
Oh baby.
He got home. He got home, called me, and said, "Curt, do you know that they were recording us in the dorm?"
No.
I'm like,
Oh.
What did you think we were signing up for?
Well, and at the time he had a girlfriend, and in the dorm he was even saying he wanted to be casted on Love Island.
That's his speed for sure.
Yeah.
Isaiah's like that.
I have a funny story about
Oh,
my
yeah.
Max too. Can I share my
Please.
Max story too? So
Of
there was a day where we very early on where we had nothing to do and like we're just like hanging out. And I remember this like the day I bonded with Jeffrey and realized we were like the same nerd. Like we just started talking about movies and like getting
Yeah.
like deep nerdy about movies. Like all the time like Paul Thomas Anderson movies and like things we're excited about. And Max is there too. Max is like, I like movies too. I'm like, what movies? And he's like, I like movies. I'm like, cool. Have you seen like he was like barely able to talk about like Avengers or like that too. I'm like, oh baby boy.
I like
He-
movies too. Oh my goodness.
yeah. He is
Oh,
a
bless you, Max.
crack up.
We love you, Max.
We
love
love
you,
you,
Max.
Max. Yeah.
You sweet puppy dog.
He's done.
After
Bro,
just
yeah,
airing
remember
all-
yeah, me and Jeffrey just like, okay. So
Yeah. Like, okay. Right. I love
Well,
Max.
I guess he's just a big fan of movies as an art form. Like he doesn't have a
concept.
particular one. He just loves movies. That is hilarious. We're definitely going to go a little bit more into what you wish others maybe saw that wasn't shown, right? That didn't really make the edit. But before we do that, I want to speak to game plan and strategy, because those are words we hear thrown around a lot. Words like alliances, game plan, strategy. When you finally did get the call, you found out you're going in, what did you decide would be your game plan or strategy? We can start with you, Mark.
Yeah, I was like, I'll never forget. I got the call on a Friday afternoon. I was at my crappy call center job, and I went like into like a break room, and I started crying like instantly. 'Cause, like I like felt like in my soul like to dress up a little bit that day. Like I was dressing up the whole week. I'm like, I feel like this is happening this week, and like
Oh.
that last day it happened. I just started crying, and like I remember being like, okay, so let's read out like I already had an idea. My game plan had to go out the window basically once I got my number, but it was really similar. It was like I wanted to be everyone's friend, but be low key about it. And I can be low key. That's a very real thing. With the circumstance of getting number 100, that goes out the window immediately because everyone knows your number. And if you're low
Yeah.
key or like feel inauthentic to yourself, then you are toast. So
Yeah.
especially in a game like this, because like the first season there was so many vote outs. Our season not so many, but I was afraid that I didn't want to stick out in a way I did not want to stick out. And
Mm,
like my game plan was always to like be everyone's friends. I'm a strong social player, and it doesn't really show it in the show too much. But I was really well integrated in the game. I think if I survived catch, I would have a strong chance to be a winner of the game. That's
mm.
just my own personal take on the situation. I'm not saying that the winner doesn't deserve it or
That's
anything.
valid.
That
Of course.
like I was in a really good spot. Like I think I was about 5% chance of winning walking into catch.
Yeah.
My game plan was pretty interesting though because I know Manfred really really well, and I didn't know he was playing the game. Like once we got to the hotel, I saw him. I was oh shit, okay. My one of my good friends is here, and what we decided to do was make beat each other's real number one, and but have like strong alliances that are not attached to us, but look out for each other in our own alliances.
Okay.
So there was a lot of strategy happening in my game, even though you just see me crying a lot and talking about Star Wars and being scared. Because that is true because I like Star Wars. My fiance loves Star Wars, so wedding's more for her. But which is fine because it's our wedding, and she's been dreaming of that forever. But um, geez, where was I going? uh,
Game plan. Game plan and
like
strategy. Yeah.
so, like my strategy was like to be myself as much as I can be. And then once I got number 100, oh geez, okay, I'm gonna have to be like the perfect version of myself, which
Mm,
was very hard on very little sleep. But I'm really happy with what I was doing because like I was making friends with people I would never think I would make friends with. People I talking in that game I would probably be scared to talk to outside of the game, just because of
yeah.
like whatever like cultural norms or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah. I spoke with Matt earlier actually, and Matthew, sorry, and he had the same thing to say in terms of part of the beauty of the show is you're introduced to people who ordinarily
yeah.
you may just not get the opportunity to speak with or make a bond with. So I love that you shared that. How about you, Isaiah? What was your game plan or strategy?
Yeah, so mine going in, I kind of have an athletic background, so I was at least thinking anything sports related associated with this game, I'll just have to like lock in and handle the pressure of being seen. I wasn't really worried about that. But really,
Yeah.
my true game plan was to kind of be like Mark, social butterfly, but contain it to a certain extent. I wanted to just, be kind to everybody and like, just encourage people throughout the game. And
Mm,
that boosts me and I know it boosted other people. So my
yeah.
strategy going in was to be friendly, play fair, like look for allies, cling to my people, and really try to step out of my shell. Cause, as outgoing as I am, it is kind of stressful to like go up to people you've never met before and put yourself out there. So, real test of getting outside your comfort zone. So that was my goal
Absolutely.
going in.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. And how about yourself, Kat? I think you had a unique experience because out of everyone here, of course, you entered in as a pair. So what did you have a joint game plan and strategy? Did you and Zoe kind of choose different kind of ways to approach it? What did that look like?
Zoe and I kind of knew that we were going to have a target coming into the game being a pair. And so we made a big effort to kind of separate. She go make her friends, I go
Mm,
make my friends. I'm a
mm,
lot more social than Zoe is. So as Isaiah and Mark can contest, I kind of bounce around a lot. And so I'm in everyone's business and trying to orchestrate stuff. I initially flying over, I'm like, okay, I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I'm going to listen. And that went out the window in about 2 seconds at the airport. Okay. And so,
At the airport.
yeah,
Didn't
I
even
didn't even
make it
make it
on
to the
set.
hotel.
He's like actually at like buy like coffee or whatever. He's like, hey, let's be social.
Yeah. I'm like, screw this. All right. I'm just going to be myself. All right. And then you realize when you get to the hotel and you see 456 people, you're like, man, I don't have a chance. So I'm just going
Mm,
to be myself. I'm going to have fun. But I did realize me and Derek, one of the players, I went to Derek. I said, Derek, there's power in numbers. All right. So the bigger the alliance, the more power you have. All
yeah.
right. Because you don't know when you need the favors. So coming out of the separation, the blue and the red, um, our our core group, they sign you 50 people at the airport. You get 50 people, and we were the green group.
Okay.
Coming out of the separation between blue and red, we ended up with 46 of 50 in the red group. And
Wow.
so our green group that was in the red group was super strong. And I worked really
Oh.
hard on keeping that alliance together.
Hmm.
And the winner, I'm not going to spoil it. The winner was part of our green group. And that was ultimately our goal, was to get at least one person in the green group to become the winner. And we did.
And you did. So it must almost feel like a big group win, even if you didn't win. It's like, well, we
Oh yeah.
made the right person famous type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. It
Lovely.
was it was awesome.
Okay.
And
Okay.
and one of my highlights was I got to hold the cake for Isaiah.
Bruh, you handled that. That was awesome. It was heavy. It was heavy.
It looked heavy.
Heavy is the head, but where's the crown? Like,
Man, I swear.
He was going to drop it. He was going to drop it. And I'm like, don't drop it. All right, let me hold it.
this is all
Because
we
I'm trying
have.
to cut and serve. It was a lot going on.
That was actually quite an iconic moment, to be fair, because of kind of what it led to and how you were viewed, Isaiah. Because I feel like that was kind of at least as a viewer, that was the first time we saw the narrative of the idea of, is Isaiah too nice? Is it an act? Like, is this part of his game plan? And
Yeah,
we're going to get into that definitely. Because I feel like there's a lot that you might have to say about that.
mm,
But
for
just
sure.
before that, you guys played a good number of games, even though none of you were there till the very end. What were some of your favorite games that you played, and why? I'll start with you, Mark.
I mean, I played really two games. One of them I don't like to think about. So Pentathlon
Oh no.
was huge for me because that was also very bad for me because um, Ball and Cup is evil. The one that they had was like 3 foot long, like the cord. I don't know. I don't think Isaiah or Curt did it, but like Ball and Cup was like a nightmare because there's a stretchy string. The
Oh.
the cup was like plastic, like heavy, and the ball was
Mm.
bouncy, and like it was hard to get the momentum going. I remember it took me like I was already like packing my bags halfway through it because it took me so long that they were already on House of Cards by the time like I finished Ball and Cup.
Oh wow.
And yeah, like we literally finished. I heard them like finish counting their steps to get to House of Cards, and like I'll never forget like because there's so many cameras that you just have no idea how many cameras are on you until
Yeah.
you are having a stressful moment in the show. I've had several, I can say that. But it's that thing of like once I get that ball and cup, like you see the relief on my face, like, oh my God, okay, it finally went in. Because I was like trying for like 8 minutes at that point. And then like we did Flying Stone, and I remember like I'm like, okay, we're still screwed, but let's do our best. And Dimitri, player 125, who's like one of my favorite people ever, he used to defend me in the show. He threw the stone like 30 feet past the stone. So it took us a long time to get it, and I still like hear them like stressing out on the other side, like, "Oh my God, what's happening? What's happening?" And then like I'm still like not able to talk because I'm still like impressed with myself. And then like Emily did Gongi, player 102, and like she was like at such like an appropriate speed that it was like okay. And the next thing I know, we're caught up at House of Cards. And at this point, I was able to talk, and I was able to be like, and I saw like my friend Nick, I was like, and like I saw this thing just shaking, and I'm like, we're tied up. You've got this. Like I was able to like look at like back and see that, and then like
Yeah.
I think that helped them because he got like the 2 tries. And like, oh my
Mm.
God, we're in the lead. We're in the lead. How did this happen? Wait, I was like checking into like Virgin Airlines. Like, what's happening? And like, and like next thing I know, we get to like the Jaggy, and Leon is like a professional like stunt football player. And he
Oh.
literally goes like 3 times so
Mm.
fast the guard didn't even see it. Like the guard just staring at us, and we see
I was just
that.
like,
And
wait,
we're
what?
like, and then I'm like, holy shit, we won. Like, it didn't make it. It was really cool overcoming the odds like that when I was like, oh, I just ruined 5 people's game and
Mm.
embarrassed myself in a really embarrassing way. Like playing ball and cup is like and losing that like badly. Like so, I was. That's definitely my better game because it doesn't involve trauma. But it was fun.
I'm gonna go
I
for
love
like
it,
something
man.
PTSD attached basically to it. Fair, fair. You live to tell the tale though, so there's that, and you also
Yeah.
have the ball in your room without
I bought
being.
one. I'm gonna be doing it like in this TikTok live where I'm just gonna go at it for like until I get it in, because I think that would be funny.
Love that. Isaiah, was there any games that you wish you got to play?
So I really wish I would have got to play Circle of Trust,
Oh
just to
yeah.
try it
Uh-huh.
for fun. So for me, like I feel like I'd be really terrible at that game. I don't have the best poker face. I'm not on Steven's level with it, but that game looked fun. Like even though it's super stressful and it's essentially lying, it's just a game. But I really wish I would have got to play that one for
Yeah, I
Yeah.
sure.
play a lot of Mafia, and like that game is a game I like chef's
Yeah,
kiss about. I'm like, oh my god, yeah.
Do
yeah,
you
that's
feel
a
like you
fun
would have
one.
had good poker faces in that game? Like, what do you think would have
It
helped you in that
depends on
game?
how you use it. That's the thing, though, right? Like, it does. You don't need to have a good poker face unless it's like about like that moment when you have to have a good poker face. It's more about reading people than anything.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Yeah, and that's the part I think I would have been good at. I think I get a good feel for people, like, lock eyes with somebody. The lying part of it, like me sitting there doing it, that would have been difficult. But I honestly think I would have chosen the right person to get me through. I was playing the games well, man. I think I would have did good in that.
Yeah, yeah. You did have a really good sixth sense about you, I think. I think you were pretty good at discerning, up until maybe the moment when you chose to share something with Claire 409.
Up until that second, yes.
Up until that moment. But we're coming for you. We're
Yeah.
coming for that. Over to
Uh,
Kurt. So I know that the last game that you played, of course, was the game of marbles, right? And you yourself and Zoe chose to play tic-tac-toe, I believe, as your kind of final hurrah. Now, it's the question on everyone's lips, and I'm sure you've had to answer it a number of times. Zoe did ask in the show whether you let her win. Did you?
Okay, so I'll kind of explain the whole story. So there was Zoe and I had went into that game saying that we were not going to lay off of each other. We're sitting there and we had to spend 15 minutes talking, and Zoe's like, "What the hell are we going to talk about for 15 minutes?" And
Mother,
and
mother
I mean,
and daughter. I ain't got nothing
yeah,
to say to you.
the last thing you want to do is speak to your dad for 15 minutes, right? And so we're s- we're sitting there talking, and it actually a lot of stuff came out, and it was really actually really touching, and they captured a lot of it. And but one of the things she said was, "I don't want to go home." And right then I made the decision, I'm not going to send my daughter home. If I have a choice, I'm not going to send my daughter home. I didn't tell her that. So we played the tic-tac-toe. She wins the first one, I win the second one. The third one comes down, and I just have to toss the marble into the closest square, and I throw it long. And I throw it long on purpose. And she looks at me instantly and goes, "Did you let me win?" And I go, "No, no, I didn't let you win." And then she asked me again, "Did you let me win?" No. And then she asked me a third time that they don't show. We're sitting on the wall. And she says, "Did you let me win?" And I go, "No." And I winked at her. And when I winked at her, she knew and she started to cry. And
Oh.
so she started to cry. And then they, right. And then they, off I go
And then you
back
got
to
swift.
Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah. Well, once you pee yourself off the floor from getting squibbed, did you did get shot, right?
Yeah, I
She got
got
shot like
squitted. And
immediately when she turned around.
oh, and and Isaiah and Mark know in the white room before pentathlon, I was by the way, that thing that game took 2 days to film. Okay. So
yeah.
we were separated. Well, I went out in the first group, and when I was walking out, I realized, oh crap, I might not see Zoe again. And I turned around because Zoe and I chose to separate. I turned around to Zoe, she's in the back of the room, and I go, "Zoe," and she goes, "Yeah, Dad." And I go, I said, "Oh, I love you." And so I
Oh.
made a heart and blew her a kiss, "Love you." And she goes, "Love you, Dad." And everyone saw that. Well, when I went out in marbles, I replayed that. I said, "Zoe," and she turns around and I go, "I love you." And right when I did this and went to blow her a kiss, they squidded me. And
Wow.
some guys in the background going, "Oh, he's going to do it."
They said no.
Yeah, now. And then off I go. And
I
Zoe
remember that
screamed.
moment. Yeah, yeah.
And Zoe goes,
It was
"Ah."
like you really died.
Oh yeah. And so
Yeah.
yeah, I thought Mark's death scene was classic, right? I thought his death
Man,
scene was the best. I mean,
epic.
everyone in the world cried.
Mark,
Everyone.
Literally.
I have to ask, did you rehearse your script? Did any of
No,
you rehearse? Did you think
No,
about how you were
no.
going to
Like, I think we all like think about how we would die. I mean, I'm
die?
not
Okay.
gonna lie. I've talked to like whole cast of us. I am a performer. I'm an actor. I
Sure.
wasn't acting at all in the game. That was just like me as a human being. But like, I've died on stage countless times, and know how to fall. I mean, the
Right.
coolest death is Daryl's. Daryl's is so cool.
Oh my gosh.
Drop to the knees
Touching.
and oh my god.
It's the drama of it all. Yeah, it's how everyone up for different ways to fall. It for me, it's the ones that go face first. that are like
So you're like face
completely.
down.
Yeah, I'm like that's an interesting way to die. I think I'd be more of a fetal position, so I can like
Huh.
Yeah.
rest as
I
well.
don't recommend face first because that thing is uncomfortable. You're
Yeah.
gonna have some rib issues, like you know what I mean? Go on the side or
Like honestly,
whatever.
like you can see how misshapen we look in the games because those packs are so thick. They're like that
Mhm.
thick on each side.
Yeah.
Zoe was all mad because she never got squidded because she went out on the slide.
Oh, she just flew into the abyss, didn't she? It's
Yeah,
true.
She's
I'm
still
like,
falling, they say, right?
yeah,
Still
she's still
falling to
falling.
this
Rumor has
day.
it. Rumor has it. That's why she couldn't join us today. She's still somewhere.
She's
Yeah.
still falling somewhere.
Well, thoughts and prayers with you, so wherever you are.
Yeah.
Right. Guys, let's talk about one of your iconic moments. We've been teasing at it, but we have to. I think it's fair to say, but I'm willing to be challenged on it. But I think it's fair to say that the moment that led to your elimination was ultimately your decision to confide in player 409, Claire,
Mhm.
and also Kate, who was 327. As you said, and quote, the days of looking out so sorry, the days of me looking out are over, right? I have to know, I have to know, in that moment, what was your motivation behind sharing that, especially at that stage in the competition? And do you have any regrets?
I have zero regrets, man. So the reason for that is because basically the reasoning behind me saying that is I'm not actually speaking to them, first of all. I'm talking about the energy that you're kind of seeing. I'm getting that from some of my close friends. So I'm kind of just addressing it as a whole. That was also the third conversation that day, and I also give the third opinion. So there's a lot of missing context to the conversation. But initially, I'm not talking to Claire when I say I'm gonna give you a sword, you're gonna hit me in the front or whatever I said. I'm talking about the homies who are like clearly doing their own thing. So I think it's time to do our own thing, just to add a bit of context to that.
Uh,
But I don't regret what I said. I felt it was appropriate. No one knows what I said better than they do, and I felt I
mm.
worded it correctly. The edit is the edit, and TV's TV, but zero regrets. Absolutely.
Mm, mm. It's so helpful to have the full context, isn't it? Because yeah, there's a difference, of course, between what we see and what was actually the truth. But one thing
Yeah.
that I think was undeniably the truth, or one thing that happened is we see player 409 twist what you said.
Yeah.
Kind of
A
runs
little
with a
bit.
different, yeah, just a little bit. Runs with a
Just
different
tad.
narrative to, yeah, just a little bit.
Mhm.
It's slight exaggeration over
Yeah.
what you said. How did you feel kind of watching that back? And have you guys spoken since?
We have not spoken since. I'm not trying to talk to her about that or nothing like that. It's not beef, but I'm definitely not calling her up like, "Hey, we cool?" Like, nah, absolutely not. But my feelings were a little hurt, man. Claire and I, 409, we bonded over like basketball. It's not really seen, but like that's how I initially got to know her in the dorm is we talking hoops. So for me, I'm like, "Ooh, this an athlete. Like she off to the side. She not worried about nothing. Like this is a fair, neutral person. So it kind of hurt to see the words get twisted. Like I feel like I would hurt anyone's feelings seeing their words get twisted, but all love at the end of the day, and it is a game. People are trying to make moves. They want to win that bread. So I completely get it.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that despite how she tried to twist the narrative in that moment, it was very clear as a viewer for me anyways, and also following you post the show, that you did make a good number of special bonds through that show. Like it's clear I've seen you I can't remember her number now, but I know there's one particular player that you're very, very close with, and it's been really great to see like the truth and to see that. And so
Mhm.
can you maybe very briefly describe how special the bonds that you make on the show are?
The bonds, they're all real, man. You see me rubbing up against Faith's elbow, like that's real. You see me praying with Daryl, whatever, hugging Julie, it's all real. Like that was my group, and it was cool to get to know people later in the competition. Like Faith and I didn't really link till later, in the contest. So, but everything you see is real as far as me interacting with people. I got a big heart, and it was great to be on that stage with everybody. So that's how I was thinking.
Absolutely. And coming over to you, Mark, for a second. First and foremost, congratulations on being voted top 5 to return. That is
Thank you.
Man, come
huge.
on.
Listen, give it up for yourself one time
Yes,
because yeah,
sir.
we'll vote for
It's a
everything.
huge honor. I'm not gonna deny that. It's been like, yeah, it's thank you.
No, you're more than welcome. You famously said, of course, when you were first on the show, your mission is to be kind. And we see throughout the show how, even in the face of disrespect and maybe some more aggressive strategies from others, you are consistently kind in your approach. Where did you find the strength to continue to stay true to who you are? And would you do it differently if you are to return?
That's such a beautiful question. Because like I mean, as like it's weird because like you don't see in the show, like so there was a lot of stress that was happening in my life. I moved to LA 2 weeks before I flew out to London, and while this was happening, the fires were happening in LA, and they were kind of near my apartment. So I
Oh,
was scared for my fiance. And our stuff hadn't arrived yet. They arrived actually, I found out after the game, the day the game started.
oh,
And like the fires went out like the day I flew out because it started raining that day. So, but like there's that thing of like I had no idea. I literally had no
mm,
idea what was happening. I was so scared, and
mm,
I was like, "There's bigger things in this game, like my life in LA." And I remember like my like second to last night there. I asked to talk to like the production team. And the production team is like one of the best out there. Like I cannot praise them enough. So kind, so good. And this member of production was part of like the therapy team. And he was just like, I just needed someone to talk to that was not in the game. And he was like, your fiance is proud of you. She's so happy for you. You're good. You're still in this game. You're fighting hard and you're playing well. And it was like the thing I needed to hear at that moment because like I was like definitely in a little bit of a weird like spiral mode. Because that
mm,
day we didn't really do too much. And I was like starting to like question myself.
mm,
And the thing is like and as Isaiah said, like the bonds you make in this game are so real. Like you don't see in the show, but like player 111 August like became like my brother almost immediately. Like we would talk for hours during the game every day. And like we talk every day since like every day we text every day like 'cause we're very very similar. I'm just 15 years older than him. So he's my little brother. But like it's that like and like we actually met back up this week for the first time in like 9 months and just like instantly started crying because like we are very, very, very close.
oh.
Um I'm close to a lot of people in the game. I'm close to Isaiah's nemesis.
I
But
know.
it's okay. Like you know what? I don't care. Like I like Isaiah. Like we don't talk often, but like I will never forget watching in that first few moments of the game, Isaiah like leading the counters, being like, "Don't worry, I know how to count." And I was like, "That dude, like no, like because like you don't see in the edit." The chaos in the extra room before the game before that started was so scary. And like Mike
Mm,
stepped up and then a couple of musicians stepped up and Isaiah was like the leader of the counters and like 3 or 4 people counting. It was like I remember I was sitting near Curt and Zoe, they were like praying and I'm like they're like just trying to soak it all in, like, oh my God. But it was like and I talked to my friend Sam throughout the game, player 352, the girl with the pink hair. She was my pillar person in the game. And we would talk every day about like what we're thankful for, what experiences we had. Like, and I was just trying to like soak it all in and like just like not think about like the stresses of the game. And like of
mm,
course when Ryan made the move, which I think you were in my line, right?
Oh, yes. I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
right there,
yeah.
brother.
Yeah, no, like I'll never forget. Like our dear friend Mackenzie first said, like, "Hey, I look weak. I can look weak, and people won't throw it to me." And then like the decision, the talk keeps going. Then Ryan brings up his thing, and it becomes very, very like apparent very fast that I am not going to be in a good spot after this conversation. And you only see like Dimitri and Mackenzie really like stick up for me, but like honestly, it was the whole line. Like it was the whole line. Everyone was
that's
like, "No,
good
that's
to
not
know.
cool." Like people I was allied with, people I was not allied with.
Mm,
Everyone was just like like trying to shut Ryan down because I was like,
mm,
I would have caught the ball from the distance I was at. That's
mm.
100% true. Like if that did not happen, I would have been totally fine. But like you like revert back to your brain. But like to get back to the question at hand, um, I think the way it is I just like was really thankful and like just like trying to experience as much as I could while trying not to damage my game. I was never ever going to volunteer for a chore because I don't want to take anyone out unless it's in a game or
Mm,
because I have to. I never my biggest thing in the game was I'm not thinking about the money till I got to top 30. And
okay.
then like I probably would have been like Isaiah, like they'd be like, yeah, like me and Isaiah are very, very similar humans.
Yeah.
So like I
Yeah.
think I would probably done something similar to that, be like, I'm looking out for myself now.
Hmm.
Like I might have said it a little bit differently. I hope Claire would not have taken that the way she
Maybe a
did.
different time.
Because we were, but it's that thing of like we were like I was like focused on making friends and not thinking about the money. So money's not real to get like top third. And
Mm,
yeah, like it's that thing of like I was really happy and just being like, okay, if I'm not getting a phone call from LA or my parents, then I'm good. Like just enjoy the moment, make friends. Like you don't see a lot, but I'm making jokes the whole show. I'm talking movies the whole time, not just Star Wars. Like there's a lot of movies in my life. But yeah, no, it was just like I was just like trying to soak it all up.
yeah. It'll be so exciting to see if you do get the opportunity to go back
I
in,
do have a strategy change. It's gonna be a little bit like 'cause I've done a lot of LRGs. So
yeah.
like I am like not like some like noob at like things like yeah, I'm emotional, but so is everyone else in that dorm. It's a freaking pot boiler. Like you don't know it until you go inside like how hard that game is.
Yeah.
But like
Mm,
I will like be having to do some things for my game earlier than I would want to. But like
mm.
also I'm literally playing for what I have been like for a better life.
Yeah, yeah. And for the Star Wars themed wedding as well, as
It,
we
the
have.
thing is that thing won't cost that much
Yeah.
money. It's like so like people been like please make a GoFundMe. And I'm like me and fiance were like
Yeah.
consider it, but it's also the thing of like what if it's not enough money or what if like we get too much money or something like that and like no like these like real thoughts you're thinking of and it's like I don't want to make it feel like I don't want someone's like idea of what our wedding will look like to be shaped by
Mm,
them. So like
got you.
if someone wants to like sponsor like Netflix or like Studio Lambert or something like cool like
You won't
that,
say no.
please like, but it's that thing of like, we thank everyone for everything. Like, it's so kind the niceness of the internet, which is insane to say, considering what I look like, and I love what I look like. But like, I mean, like that thing of like, I'm not the most traditionally great looking man ever, and I'm okay. I'm a model. I don't care. I actually am a model. I'm a Google Pay contract right now. That's a real thing. Uh,
Then my bills are
um,
paid. Okay, so I'm good.
yeah. But like,
Yeah.
honestly, like. I'm so thankful and I want to come back and I'm going to play differently, but similarly because I'm who I am.
Yeah, you at the end of the day, you have to stay true to yourself. That's all you can do. Coming around to Kurt, one of my favorite things about really your dynamic and what you brought to the show was seeing that father-daughter relationship, that connection. I think there was a part in the show where you said either she did or you did, but said that she's not your favorite, that you don't have any favorites out of any of your children. But I was like, if he doesn't have
Yeah.
any favorites, this is a very close relationship. He must get on really well with everyone, which was really beautiful to see, especially being a daughter myself, of course. It's really important, I think, to have like healthy representation of a father-daughter relationship. And so looking back through the season and kind of how you were portrayed, what do you hope the audiences take away from your father-daughter connection?
I would say just be very adventurous with your kids. Zoe and I went to Mount Everest at base camp 5 years ago. And so that was an 11-day hike. It was a 22-day trip. And it was just Zoe and I. And so to do something adventurous like that with your child is great. To follow it back up 4 years later with Squid Games, that's a whole different level. And we're probably, I mean, honestly, Zoe and I are probably not done. I mean,
Oh.
I don't know if I should announce it or not, but we're applying. Okay, we're applying for Amazing Race, and
Yes.
so
Let's go.
yeah, so we'll
Yes.
see.
This is
So
an
yeah,
exclusive.
Lit.
so
Love
if
that.
anyone has
Yeah.
connections, push them CBS, right? So, um, yeah, so yeah, so we're gonna see if we can get on that and see where it leads us. Um, I I just say, it's funny because Mark mentioned August. August and I had a special bond because August, my youngest daughter is adopted from Guatemala and August is an adopted baby from Guatemala.
Oh.
And so we had that special bond. Everyone in the dorm called me dorm dad. And so I love
Right.
being dad.
Yeah.
You talk about special bonds. talk about special bonds. 10 of the players were at Zoe's wedding, okay, back in at the end of May. And um Perla and Jeffrey were there. And
Wow.
Hannah, who is Jeffrey's longtime girlfriend, who's soon to be fiance,
Mhm.
longtime girlfriend, said this week at the red carpet, she goes, Curt, I have a question to ask you. I go, what's that? And I'm very close to them. Very, very close. Zoe and I are very close to Perla and Jeffrey. And Hannah said, Curt, I don't have a dad. Will you walk me down the aisle when it comes to that point? And I, of course, cry. And I am like, of course I will. She goes, I don't have a dad. And what a better figure than Dorm Dad to walk me down the aisle. And so out of this whole weekend, everyone asks, oh, what was the best thing of this weekend? Well, that was the best thing of this weekend, right? That's what the special bond is. So getting back to editing a little bit, okay, screw these two. They got great editing. I did too, a little bit. But
Great at it.
out of all
I did it
400
good.
and out of 456 people, they chose to show one person shirtless,
I know what you're talking
and they
about.
showed me twice.
Bro.
Justice. That's
They-
topless moment.
Did me so wrong. I mean, I look like a beluga whale. Okay.
Yeah, no, my clothes
Hey,
were
got
coming off
you,
there
bro.
when you're in camera. Like, honestly, my clothes were like staying on.
You kind of
Hey,
fell
I
for
shot
it.
shirtless too. Ain't nobody show me, man.
Yeah, they should have showed you.
I don't.
You
No
sound
one wants to
disappointed.
see this. They should have showed you. I
Rumor
am
has
like-
it actually the viewership went through the roof during that particular scene.
Oh, don't
There's
say
never
that.
been more people tuned in.
Never.
Please don't say that. I
Viewership
need
was
less
up.
people to see that scene, not more people. And then the
Oh.
other thing is, there was a guy on the game. His name was Justin, and he lived in Kentucky, and he would hunt squirrel, and they would barbecue squirrel. So we called him Squirrel Hunter. Okay, and,
Oh,
and
that's
his
how you get the
name
name.
was
Okay.
Squirrel Hunter. Yeah. So in the cut, he is playing the game. They don't show him playing the game. He throws the ball. They make the catch. He advances, and I yell, "We're eating squirrel tonight," and that's all they show. So now I'm the guy eating squirrel, not Justin. I mean, cutting is the editing and cutting can be like
Brutal.
brutal.
So,
Yeah.
so you just
Yeah.
had to clear that up. Squirrel is not a thing that you're casually eating on the weekends.
I do
no?
not eat squirrel.
Okay. It's
We don't
said
even
on
have
the
squirrels
radio.
in Arizona.
You should not eat squirrel.
The squirrel propaganda stops now. Okay, thank you for
Right.
clearing that out. Because I was having sleepless nights wondering, am I about to talk to a squirrel eater? But now
And it was so random. It was so random. We're eating squirrel in the night. I'm like, what the hell? So
That's
yeah.
awesome.
So yeah.
that's hilarious. So as we're winding down to a close, my thing with Squid Game is, yes, it's a game, but it really is also your real lives. It is also something that you are experiencing in real time, and we just get to be witnesses to it. And so I can only imagine that the whole experience maybe feels like a mirror almost being held up against you to yourself. You probably see yourself in a whole new light. And so in closing, Mark, what did this journey teach you about yourself?
It taught me to be a little more confident and trust the process. Like, I'm not the most confident person. I'll admit that in a heartbeat. I've had anxiety since 2001, like diagnosed with anxiety since then. Like, that's real. But it's also like, I really love like interacting with people. Like, my job is customer service. Like, and like I love like just meeting people from all walks of life. And it was just like I cannot overstate how cool it was walking in that first day in a green tracksuit. No one's got a cell phone, no one's got anything, but we all were forced to have to talk to each other. And I'll never ever like forget being like, hey, that person seems cool. Let's talk to them or whatever. Like in that first day, I met the girl from like below deck, like stuff like that. Like, and I met this guy who like Daryl Sabar, who's a tattoo artist from New York, stuff like that. Like, I met Miss England, who's like not even in the show. Like it's like that, and like people are like, oh, it's edited or whatever. Like, screw that. But like, I don't know. It's like that thing of like, I was going through so much during that time of game, and like it's part of the reason why I want to go back for season 3 because like there's a lot less cloud is in my brain right now. and I'm a lot more happy in a lot of different ways. And like it's been really like nice also like the fan response. Like a lot of people don't see this on TV. And they've really connected with them, being getting messages from like all over the world being like, we really love your story. Like we love you. We want you to like we cheer for you as a human being. And it's like it's really, really nice. Like I'm not a person that gets that too often. Like I'm not like some like outcast or anything like that, but it's like that thing like I'm not used to. And also like, a reality super fan. So I'm like everything about it has been net positive. Like 98% of my experience was incredible. The 2% that's terrible you see on screen.
Yeah.
And that's the end of my game. Like that was
No.
it. Like, yeah. I wouldn't change most of it for the world.
Yeah. The good outweighs the bad.
Oh,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
smile every time I get like in a call. I see like Curt or Isaiah. Like I'm so happy whenever I see like people from our family. It makes me so happy.
Mm.
Like on
Yep.
Tuesday at the finale, I went to like, a Philly event. Like I'm not being able to go to many events, like obviously hang out and stuff like that. I'm not being able to see a lot of people since the game, but I just get like really emotional seeing people. But oh my god, I haven't seen you since like whatever, and just it's like wild. Like we have this like, insane experience, and it's like so awesome.
Yeah. I love that. And how about you, Isaiah? What did this experience teach you about yourself?
So for me, it taught me a lot about, being authentic, being true to who I am. I'm in a space as a rapper, producer, like authenticity is often rewarded, but you're putting yourself up to be judged. Like people may not think you're being your authentic you. They think you are being fake, you're copying, whatever. But for me, like being real is not corny, being nice is not corny, you know what I mean? And I really felt like being on this show gave me a chance to like show that. And
Mm.
like Mark said, that I couldn't have put it better. There was the 98% that you saw that's great. That's the majority of the game for me. And then that 2% was just the worst part, I think that was a fair way to put it. But
Mm.
yeah, that's what it taught me about myself, just that I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing and that I'm the type of man that I'm supposed to be. So
Absolutely. I love that. And finally, to you, Kurt, what did this experience teach you about yourself? Daddy,
Give
Dawn Daddy? There we go.
Dawn Dad. Um,
dorm daddy.
Dawn Dad. Um, Isaiah's gonna make a rap song about it. Okay.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
There you go, some free game.
I'm writing it now.
Yeah. The thing it taught me, I came out of that game having a whole new respect for humanity, which means um I I realized that everybody um um is a good person. Everybody that I met was a good person. Even the villains that they portrayed in the show,
Yeah.
if you had any amount of time to talk to them, they were a good person. And the cliques instantly formed within 20 minutes of walking into that dorm.
Yeah.
And but I never once felt walking up to a group that I had nothing in common with and them just being welcoming. And it really did give me a new outlook on life about what, take the good side in everybody until they prove you wrong. But take the good side in everybody because I believe deep down everybody's a good person. I really do. And I'm going to live my life like that. And if I get burned by bad people, then I get burned by bad people. But right now, I'm telling you, out of the 456 people, there was no one in there that I have any resentment for at all. Okay. And I'm proud enough to call these two my friends and a lot more people. The relationships and everything, it's amazing. So yeah, that's my takeaway.
And that's priceless as well. That's something that I don't think you can put an amount of money on. And so for you to have had that experience, for you all to have had this collective experience of what it's taught you and these rich relationships, I just think that's all you can really ask for. So I just want to say a huge thank you for the time that you shared with us on this call, but also just for how you showed up throughout the show. In different ways, you all brought a different kind of light to the show. And I think it was just so valuable and so needed. And so wherever you go from here, whatever happens next, we're sure that it's going to be great stuff. And of course, Mark, we're rooting for you. We might see you. We might
Yeah,
have this
till Monday
chat.
night. Also,
Yes.
Kurt's
We
daughter
might do
Zoe's
this
in the
again.
top 5 too. Like honestly, everyone in the top 5 is like incredible human beings. I literally like Viper and I did a lot of press together. He was amazing. Like reminds me of like all my friends I used to have in New York. We would have been friends and if I lived in New York still. Zoe is literally one of the kindest people ever. I'm not just saying because her dad's on the phone. Like she presented me and my fiance a very, very sweet gift that
Yeah.
like makes me cry thinking of. The twins are really nice.
Yes.
Like
I've spoken to them.
We
Yeah.
talk Marvel every day. Like they're nerds. They're nerds. Like
Yeah.
we bonded like hard in the game. Like I had no idea I was in danger until a month afterwards. So like I love all top five. Like I'm so thankful to be part like to even be considered around those amazing people.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I mean, whoever makes it, I'm
Yeah.
just so happy for all of you, Zoe, Mark, that are on the call, and of course, Viper and the twins as well, just to have even made it that far. And so, just wishing you all, but all of you on the call as well, wishing you all the best. And thank you so much. That brings me to the end of this conversation, but thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this conversation, make sure that you hit thumbs up. And if you'd like to hear more big talk, if you're a fan of DMCs, that's deep, meaningful conversations like I am, then make sure that you hit the subscribe button to get more from me and, of course, my wonderful guests. And until next time, see you in the next video.